That's when I've seen this like white sort of like green entity. As I'm saying, I'm not too sure if it was a jinn or an angel, but as I'm saying, this is nothing new to me. I see these type of things all the time, but not like this. It's one thing I'll say, not like this. This was kind of like, okay, nah, I'm scared. Like I'm scared. I'm scared. Yo, guys, what is going on? I am walking home. I did a bit of a walk, but then I stopped to make a video, but I just thought it wasn't good enough. So I'm gonna make another one again, and this time it needs to be ordered. I'm gonna hold this thing tight because I don't want no one to come and jack me either. But what's going on? Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, if you're returning, I love you. Hey baby, how are you doing? I made some dinner for you, and the dinner that I've made, it's a story time that might shake your boots, yeah? Let me tell you something about a time that I saw an angel or a jinn, a spirit, man. I don't know what it was, but I saw that thing. And it was a bit mad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very, very mad. It was very, very mad. Oh my goodness gracious me. What can I say? Nah, if you lot don't really know about me like that, my name is Bumi, of course, but I'm Nigerian and what's it called? Ugandan. So I'm just looking around here because I really hope that there's no funny stuff going on here. Like, I'm recording this thing, let me record this thing, and no one come and do any madness to me. That's what I'm going to say, because you see, one thing about the Lord loves me, man. Let me tell you that. And I'll tell you through the story. So what's happened is that with my name, back to the point, my name is Bumi, right? The whole channel, Bumi's Universe and all of that. Now, with that being said, Bumi means gift in Yoruba. So I'm Nigerian, as I said, and Ugandan. And I really feel like the name that I was given is just so subliminal to my life. Like, I feel like God has gifted me with some sort of spirit of like discernment. So I was going to say, yeah, so there's instances where I feel like, you see, one thing about seeing things that other people cannot see. And it's so funny because I'm telling this story on a full moon and the lunar eclipse is tonight at 3:33 a.m. Yeah? And it will be on the 3rd. If anybody knows about numerology and I'm at a life past 3, that's funny. 3, it's a very interesting numbers, ruled by Jupiter. I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown. So 3 being ruled by Jupiter, it's got to do with higher knowing, higher wisdom, things that people cannot usually see on the ground, okay? So very interesting, it's one thing I'll say. 3 also resembles the sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Mercury, also known as, what's his name? Hermes in Greek mythology. And Hermes, if you know about him, was able to go from heaven to hell. Not in a bad way. He was just able to communicate with all sorts. And quite frankly, I think this is the topic at hand today. There's just something about me, I don't know what it is, where I'm just able to communicate with different entities from a young age. And it's not because anything's bad. I was an altar server at church, a Catholic Christian. I still hold on to my Christian roots. There are some things I do think that are a bit like outdated, don't get it twisted, but like one thing that always remains is that there's a connection to higher source, to the Almighty, to God, the Elohim. And I love me some Jesus Christ, let me tell you that. So before anyone starts throwing out some weird allegations, you might want to sit this one out and be an adult for a second, a grown adult at that. So, New York, the 27th of May, 2025. So, I got to New York and my friend was not in a stable mind at the time. Shout out to him, he's doing amazing, he's doing well. At that time, there were a lot of things that were going on in his life. And even when I came to visit him after traveling from LA, Atlanta to New York, I was thinking, yeah, this is a moment in time where I can get a bit of rest, right? Get a bit of rest from all the travel that I've been doing and all these things there, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, so, cool. Gone to my friend's house and he was like, yeah, the house is going to be ready. I'll pick you up from the airport. A lot of things did not happen. And I was like, right. At the time I was judging a bit and I was annoyed. I was highly irritated because you see when someone promises you and they don't deliver. But then I said to myself, my friend is in need. Like I can mentally see he's not well. So we're going to start with cleaning his house. That's the first thing that started. We cleaned his house. Yeah. We didn't finish all of it in one day because it was a bit much when I arrived. I was just like, what the hell is going on in this house? You know, if you were not well, you shouldn't have hosted me. I know that sounds so rude to say, but I was just one of them. I was just really at the time like, don't faff me about, man. But at the same time, I'm going to help you. I'm still going to talk to you and tell you how it is, tough love, but I will help you. I'm not going to just complain and do nothing, right? Cool. So what ends up happening is that clean the house the first night. Now that first night, yeah, we didn't clean everything that night, but it was whatever. Now, there was already pasa also going on as well because unfortunately one of his other people that he was dating thought that I was seeing him, but that wasn't the case and there's a lot of miscommunications and then I ended up getting stalked on Instagram. That's a whole nother kettle of fish and I'm not going to tell that story just out of respect. And she was actually quite rude as well. Didn't even apologize or nothing like that, to be honest. So I'm just going to put it out there. I don't care. But it's quite sad when you're accused of something that you literally didn't do. That night after cleaning, I would have a bad dream. Now, maybe it was because I was cleaning a lot and everything, but I had a dream that I was bossing my brothers around and telling them to clean, but in a way that was so scary. Like I was just proper like hitting them up and everything and and I was like, that is not okay. That is actually not, and in a way that was actually like, are these people, even animals you don't hit like that, you know what I mean? Like it was really bad, like, and I can't believe I had a dream like that and it really scared me. So I woke up, and I was just kind of like, oh my God. So the next day, cleaned the house some more, even made some food, cooked and everything. It was really good. It was a good time. And oh my gosh, it was a good time. But earlier on in the day, we went to my friend's friend's house. He knows who he is, an amazing stylist. Shout out to him. Now, he kind of reads and all of these things and then sometimes some people are like, oh, readings are like a portal and stuff like that. But with me, I'm very protective over my energy and I've read before for bare people and I've never had an experience like this, yeah? So let me tell you, he pulled out a lot of cards that link to like the spirit, a lot of cups energy, if anybody's aware of cups and reading and the cards, the type of cards that come out. Tarot reading. With me, I read with oracles. Sometimes I read with tarot as well, I'll be honest with you. And as I'm saying, a lot of people don't agree with it, but that's just my way of deciphering certain dreams that I have to help people as well. Like I'm like, God, I know you don't like this, but I want to preach your name when I help people because this is a talent and 99% of the time it's absolutely accurate. It's a couple of people I've read for. Shout out for you. At the start of this year, shout out to you, excuse me. One person, it came true after 8 days. 8 days was all it took and it came to pass. And there's some people I'd told, you know, oh my God. And they were just like, yeah. And you've been doing it for quite some time. Like, you have a gift. Even though I may not agree with the way you do things, because, you know, certain belief systems, you have a gift, just use it to help God and use it for good energy, for good vibes. Let it lead them back to God. And I'm like, for sure. So that's how I do it. And as I'm saying, a lot of people don't agree with it, but hey ho. So the reading has happened, a lot of cups energy has come out and the cups rules water. And water is one of the most spiritual elements if anybody knows about spirituality. Yeah? So I'm just like, why is there so much water? And it even showed the King of Cups, but he was in reverse. And that is not a good sign. That's all I'm going to say. So maybe like male energy, there was the Five of Wands, you know, people fighting, fiery energy, weird energy. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I was just like, maybe it symbolizes I need to start, you know, mixing myself with people that make sense. And then on top of that, it kind of like symbolized what was going on with the madness that I was experiencing per my friend and, you know, the lady that he was dating at the time. So yes, the King of Cups in reverse. I mean, he's a water sign. King of Cups rules water sign. So a man that's not upright in emotion, upright in the way that he should be, intuitive, like he's just all over the place. Granted, I actually thought that at the time as well. My friend was not mentally there, and I'm just so thankful for healing and getting well, because I've been there before. I've been there. We've all kind of been there, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. So anyway, now it's a thing of where it's just like, okay, we're just talking. It's like, yeah, maybe just might mean because of that, the whole thing that's happening, the incident as well, whatever. Go about our business, go about our business. Now, this is when things start getting real. You see that night, the dog, Snap, I love her. She's my girl. Shout out to her. I hope she's enjoying herself in New York, even though it's snowing, cats and dogs out there. I was going to say, she was by me the night that this whole visitation happened. She's like guarding me. And I'm like, girl, why are you guarding me like that? And she's barking at the door, which is away from where I was sleeping. So I'm like, what? Like, I was like, we were even saying at one point, like, Snap, girl, like, calm down, like, stop barking, like, stop, girl, it's okay. And she'd be barking, standing like this, and, she's not no small girl either. She's a quite nice size for a dog, and, she could scare people, the type of look she has, but she's an amazing soft gal. Let me tell you that. Looks can be deceiving. So, okay, well, let's Snap, calm down. Start falling asleep. Now, can I raise something to you very important? As I was getting ready to sleep, I had a call that night from one guy that lives in New York as well. You know who you are. You're a good chef. Shout out to you. You've had some amazing clients. This guy was talking to me about, sometimes he talks to people about spirits and they don't believe him until they go and sleep in his house. And then when they sleep in his house, they have a visitation. And then they run out the house the next day and they don't know what to say. And they said they're not sleeping in that room. So that's a bit of a funny story before I went to bed. But in me, I'm a person that I've experienced seen all sorts of madness and all sorts of scary stories and stuff before bed. That's normal to me. And I've never had a visitation like this in my life. Even though I've seen things before, never had a visitation like that in my life. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Meanwhile, I was actually supposed to go kick it with him in Long Island and do some like bowling, out there and everything like this. Like they have like this whole bowling alley on a Thursday and it's so fun, it looks so good, I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't go. So, what's happened now is that, okay, dog is barking, everything like this. And I remember telling my friend, because I told him the first night too, but he doesn't like it. He likes sleeping with the lights off. So what I'm about to say is, I told him, don't turn the lights off when you sleep, because I don't sleep with the lights off. I sleep with like some night lights or like a small dim light on the side, because yes, newsflash, I am almost 30 and I still have to have night lights, because when I sleep in pitch black, that's when I get a lot of spiritual visitations. As I'm saying, this is something that I've had from a young age. Even certain loved ones that are no longer here, long lost ones, sometimes they come to me with messages. They're so funny, and like they'll say, you need to go tell that person that's still alive about this and this, and I'll go do it, and they're like, I come and tell the person that's alive, and they're like, how the hell did you know that? I don't know. God just allows me to have this gift. So my friend has turned off the light, but this is when I'm in and out of sleep, and I've just kind of let it go, because I'm just like, I'm in and out of sleep and I'm getting into a nice momentum. Maybe sleeping in pitch black is not so bad. So, no problem. It starts getting a bit bad. What do I mean by it starts getting a bit bad? Now, when you're able to see things that a lot of people are not able to see, you may have two eyes naturally, but there is another eye. And there's an eye that sees everything from past, present to future. A lot of my dreams, when I see things, premonitions, they call them. I always dream about things before it happens. And I think a lot of women are blessed with this talent. Maybe this is why they used to say that women were witches once upon a time, when that's not the case. We're just closer in the spiritual sense to God. And men are closer maybe in the physical sense to God. I don't know what's going on, child. But what I do know is that I guess masculine and feminine energies, can you really like pin it on gender? I don't think so. Like, no matter how you identify, you can have an equal balance or like a different mix. Like, somebody that's a man can have high feminine energy, which means like they will probably see more spiritual things and instances, right? As opposed to someone that's just full on masculine or have more masculine energy. It's not, gender doesn't define it. But what I do know is that, yeah, there's something about premonitions with those that have a high feminine sort of openness. They're open to feminine energy, right? And I don't mean, as I'm saying, by dressing up or boom, boom, boom. This is beyond the physical now. We're talking about the spiritual principles of masculine and feminine energy. Do your research. I'm not going to educate you on that today, only because I've really got to go home and I want my dinner. So, long story short, it's a thing of where, man, close my eyes and I know that there's a difference between, this is not a dream, this is a vision. As I said, there's a difference. You can clearly know that there's a difference when that third eye is open. When that third eye is open, you'll know. I've said this is a vision I'm having. I've seen the living room as it is. Obviously it's dark, but it's dark with like this outline of like white where I can see like, imagine like a drawing on a chalk. So, you know, like black paper for those that did art, and you can draw like with a white crayon or white chalk and you just draw. So it's like only black and white. That's how I saw it. So I'm seeing the living room where there's some parts of the living room that's highlighted. Let me wait for this guy to go by with his moto. There's parts that are highlighted that I can see like, okay, this is the outline of the TV. This is the outline of the curtain in the living room, blah, 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 blah. And I am like, okay. That's when I've seen this like white sort of like green entity. As I'm saying, I'm not too sure if it was a jinn or an angel. But as I'm saying, this is nothing new to me. I see these type of things all the time. So, but not like this. It's one thing I'll say. Not like this. This was kind of like, okay, nah, I'm scared. Like I'm scared. This thing is floating over me, and whenever you have a vision and you're seeing a spiritual instance or person or someone that's died and, you know, whatever, their face is not clear. It's never clear. Or if it's a spiritual entity that is of the other side and it's not an actual human being that died, their whole form will not be clear at all. It will not be clear, and that's what happened. It was not clear. I saw the outline. It looked like an angel Gabriel. I'll be honest with you in saying that it looked like an angel Gabriel of some kind, but in the same breath, my friend was talking about, oh, he's been doing a lot of research on angel codes and everything. I'm like, you might as well have summoned an angel in this house now. Shit. Now I'm here trying to sleep and I'm seeing an angel levitate over me, man. And I don't really have dreams like that. Like the whole, I wouldn't say that it was, what's that thing that they call it? There's a thing that they call it that sleep paralysis. I wasn't paralyzed because one thing about me I can control. I've learned to master. If a dream is bad or a vision is bad, I'm going to wake up. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to wake up. Nothing that spirit can do, nothing that the dream state can do. I'm going to wake up and that's just what's going to happen because I'm not about to have that happen to me. I've not really experienced sleep paralysis with dark entities or like an instance of where I'm just seeing a lot of darkness because I didn't see darkness. I did see a lot of like, but it was like a white green, like a very like ghoulish sort of color. And I remember in the dream or the vision, I'd say this is a vision, not a dream. I remember just kind of breathing very heavy and then starting to wake up out my sleep, screaming. And I don't really scream like that. I'm very like, life is life. Why should I scream about things? But I remember feeling my body hyperventilate and I started waking up out my sleep and the vision started to like, or more so the entity started to disappear. And I've seen pitch black because my friend turned off the light and I told him, don't turn off the light. Do not make it pitch black. If you are going to let you know, turn off the light, let me know so I can get my like book light and turn it on. Lo and behold, it was a thing of where, I screamed out my sleep. I tell you. And he was already awake and like, what, and everything like that, meaning that I had been screaming for quite some time before I actually gained consciousness back that I'm fully awake. And I was like, open up the Quran to a protective scripture against entities and open up the Bible that he also has. It's on a nice stand in front of the TV. Psalm 91. We're going to pray this house down right now. And the dog was right by me. I love that she never left my side. She was looking out for me. She was like, I got you, babe. Because I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. But you weren't listening to me when I was barking like a crazy person or whatever. So I was like, oh my word. And that is the story. That was one of the most intense experiences I've ever had as a clairvoyant. Because I am a clairvoyant, I'll be honest with you. And that's something that, heck, if people want to chat bad about it, I don't care. I mean, I have a gift that not a lot of people have. I feel like a lot of people are starting to have it though. I feel like as time is going along and how the world is just moving, a lot of us are tapping in without even knowing to our spiritual abilities. And God has given it to us. God is so good that he's allowed us to see past time, you know, because time exists in a stack. You know, that infinity loop, that's just, you know, like when you cut up DNA and they spread it out like that, but DNA is just a stack. That's how time is. The body often mimics the universe and all its glory. So if DNA is stacked, then so is time. I said it. And guess what your DNA carries? All your ancestors through time. Food for thought. So I'm going to end it here. What a spooky story that I decided to share. It's not even Halloween yet, but hey, it's a full moon tonight. Very fitting. And why not? Why not? Because this is the next video that I was going to make anyway, because I wanted to give myself a break from like editing like so much, because I've been doing a lot of editing and like, oh, what's been going on in New York and blah, 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 blah. So this is my gift to you all. I hope you have a fabulous March. And we're going to speak soon. You lot will see me soon. You'll see my content and everything like that soon. I think the next video I'm going to put out is the nights in New York. Like in terms of like, New York is fun to go out though. New York is such a fun place. Like if they don't start World War or World 3 rather, because I don't want to get demonetized or have people say my video is false information. I need to go back to New York in September specifically. It's such a great place and it's just full of vibrance. It's like London when London is sunny. You know how everyone just comes out, everyone's just super friendly, lovely, they want to talk, they don't want to be, you know, in our shell and all these things there like that. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I am tired. I want to go and eat some food, guys. Like I've just come back from my friend's studio session as well. Oh, it was good. She does her thing. Shout out to She-Villain. Mwah. You are an angel in human form. That's one thing I can definitely say. You don't need no damn third eye for that. She's amazing. So anyway, I'm going to speak to you lot soon. Like, comment if you've actually ever had experiences like this before. Like, I want to know. Like, I want to engage with you lot. You lot need to be talking to me and tell me, like, is this something that you experience? Or, like, when you watch my videos, like, be commenting. Like, let me know what's up. What's on your mind? Even if it's an opinion you may not agree with, you know. Let's get the discussion popping. Help me through the algorithm. I love being creative. But the algorithm can be a blessing and a curse. And right now, I would like the algorithm to work in my favor, but I would need your help. You know, watch this video, like engage, share it with people that have these same experiences. I hope you've not been making your friends and family feel like they're crazy for having a gift like this. Because let me tell you something, or yourself at that. I hope you don't feel like you're crazy. This is very much a real thing. And it's often hidden and not spoken about. This is the side of spirituality that even, you know, was preached, in my personal opinion. That's a story for another day. I don't want to open up too much of a debate, even by Christ, in terms of how to really know self. And the answers are hidden in scripture if you really sit down for a second and not be judgmental of, oh, this was written a long time ago and all blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff in there that reveals that we can all do these type of things. We all have different gifts, all different talents, as per, you know, the story of talents in the Bible. Anyway, I digress. I'm going home. I am tired. I'm going to speak to you a lot later. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Please and thank you. All right. Toodles now. Mwah. Bye.